You ever notice how some people treat money like it's a sprint, but others more like a game of chess? Not checkers, not poker. Chess. Strategic, long-term. You plan 5 moves ahead, and even then, you're still worried your bishop's in the wrong place. That's how a lot of Jewish families approach money. It's not flashy. It's not fast. It's thoughtful, maybe even a little paranoid, but in a good way. Like putting your wallet in your front pocket when you travel, just in case. Growing up Jewish, I didn't realize we were doing money differently. I just thought it was normal to save receipts from 1997 in a shoebox labeled just in case, or to open a savings account the same week you had your bar mitzvah. I assumed everyone argued about interest rates at dinner or debated whether 2.5% in a high-yield account was really worth switching banks for. Turns out, not everyone does that. But over time, as I watched how people around me handled money, friends, co-workers, even online financial gurus with suspiciously shiny teeth, I started noticing patterns. And I thought, wait a minute, we really do approach money differently. Not better necessarily, just differently, strategically, historically, emotionally, communally, and maybe, just maybe, a little more effectively. So today, I want to walk you through 5 ways Jews often think about money and investing that might be different from what you're used to. Some of it's cultural, some of it's historical, some of it's just good sense passed down over gefilte fish and strong tea. Let's dive in. Let me tell you a story. My uncle Moish, great guy, bald since 25, suspicious of anything that comes with a free pen, once said something that stuck with me. He said, "We don't invest to get rich. We invest to stay free." At first I didn't understand. Free from what? The gym membership? Cable bills? No. He meant free from dependence, free from panic, free from having to say yes to things just because you need the money. See, in a lot of cultures, money is a ladder, a way up, status, luxury, success. But in Jewish culture, especially among the older generation, money was more like a life jacket, a way out of danger, out of oppression, out of a country if needed. Remember, for centuries, Jews weren't allowed to own land, couldn't join guilds, were kicked out of places, sometimes overnight. So wealth had to be liquid, quiet, portable. Gold coins sewn into hems, property registered under a cousin's name. You invested not to show off. You invested to survive. And sometimes that survival meant fleeing with just your coat and a bank account number memorized in your head. So when Jews invest, there's often less hype, less greed, and more focus on resilience. The goal isn't get rich quick. It's don't go broke forever. That mindset changes everything. You'll skip risky hype investments. You'll think twice before borrowing too much. You'll value liquidity, not leverage. You'll look at volatility not as an opportunity, but as a risk to be respected, like driving in the rain. You don't floor it, you slow down. It's a whole different posture. One built on preservation, not just profit. Let me ask you something. How many income streams do you have? Not to sound like a YouTube ad, but seriously. Because in the Jewish mindset, one source of income is like standing on one leg. It's fine, until someone pushes you. Historically, Jewish families didn't just diversify investments, they diversified lives. A tailor might also own a piece of a bakery. A bookbinder might lend money to traveling merchants. Your great-aunt might sell imported scarves in the front room and also run a Hebrew school in the back. Everyone had multiple things going. Not because they were entrepreneurial geniuses, but because, well, you never knew what would get shut down, taxed, or banned next. That same logic lives on today. A Jewish investor will often split money across stocks, bonds, real estate, cash reserves, maybe even a little gold tucked away, just in case. Not because it's trendy, but because no one knows what the future holds. And if your money is spread out, no single failure can destroy you. Think of it like soup. You don't make a soup with just one ingredient. That's not soup. That's just hot water. But you add carrots, potatoes, barley, a little garlic, maybe some brisket from last night. Now you've got something nourishing, something rich, something that'll feed you even when the power goes out. That's diversification. Not just smart, ancestral. Let me paint a picture for you. It's Sunday afternoon. The synagogue's emptying out. People are outside chatting. Kids are running around. And 3 older guys are standing next to a car, talking about interest rates, real estate, and whether Jacob's son-in-law is really qualified to be a dentist. That's where financial decisions often happen. In Jewish communities, investing isn't solo. It's relational. It's networked. It's communal. Need a good accountant? Someone knows someone. Looking to buy a rental property? Cousin Rachel's husband has a guy. Thinking of investing in a small business? Better run it by your uncle first. He lost money doing the same thing in 1983 and still complains about it during Hanukkah. Knowledge isn't kept secret. It's shared, passed down, whispered over bagels and loaned books. In fact, one of the greatest assets in Jewish investing isn't money, it's mentors. Real people with real experience who genuinely want to see you do well. Because when you do well, so does the whole community. And it works both ways. If you take a bad risk, everyone hears about it. If you get scammed, you've got 12 relatives asking why you didn't ask first. It's pressure, yes, but it's also protection. A built-in safety net of nosy love. Trust me. It's hard to fall for a crypto scam when your grandma checks your bank statements. Okay, let's talk about something most people hate. Waiting. Nobody likes to wait. For the microwave. For the elevator. For your investment to double in 20 years instead of next Thursday. But Jewish investors? We're kind of okay with it. Not because we enjoy suffering. That's a stereotype. But because patience is deeply baked into our mindset. You don't read the Talmud overnight. You study it your whole life. You don't just celebrate the past. You learn from it. You reflect. You think, what does this moment teach me about the next one? So when it comes to money, there's a natural tendency to think long-term. Really long-term. Like, buy this building now so your great-grandkids can fight over who gets the third floor long-term. A friend of mine, Isaac, once said, the best investment I made was the one I almost didn't because it was boring. He put money into an index fund. No drama, no magic, no private jets. Just slow growth. And 20 years later, he paid for his daughter's college tuition with it. No debt, no stress, just planning. That's delayed gratification. And it's powerful. Because while others chase the next big thing, the Jewish investor often chooses the right thing, even if it takes a while. And when things get crazy, market crashes, recessions, whatever, the patient people aren't panicking. They're sipping tea, watching, waiting, because they planted those seeds a long time ago. Let me ask you this. When was the last time you read a book about money? Not a TikTok, not a quote on Instagram, a book. For Jewish investors, learning isn't optional, it's the whole game. Historically, education was the one thing no one could take from you. Land could be stolen, jobs lost, homes burned. But knowledge, that traveled with you. That stayed. So Jews learned, constantly, from books, from teachers, from each other, from failure. That curiosity, that hunger to understand, shaped the way we invest too. You won't often find a Jewish investor buying something he doesn't understand. He'll read the prospectus. Twice. He'll ask uncomfortable questions. He'll annoy the guy selling it. He'll make sure it makes sense to his 93-year-old mother before he signs anything. And because of that, he sleeps better at night. Because he knows what he owns. He didn't guess. He studied. And that habit of asking, of digging, of challenging, it's not just smart. It's sacred. All right, so let's wrap it up like a good babka. Tight, sweet, and worth chewing on. What makes Jewish investing different? It's not about being smarter, or luckier, or having secret Wall Street cousins. It's about mindset. It's about remembering that money is a tool, not a trophy. That investing is not gambling, it's planning. That slow, steady, diversified, educated, communal action over time beats flashy trends 9 out of 10 times. And the 10th time? You just wait. The Jewish approach is built from centuries of both wisdom and wounds. It's humble. It's thoughtful. It doesn't rush, but it doesn't freeze either. It moves carefully, like someone who's crossed ice before. And guess what? That mindset isn't locked in any one culture. You can adopt it too. So ask more questions. Spread your bets. Think long-term. Learn before you leap. And maybe, bring your own tea bags to restaurants. It's not stingy. It's strategic. Tell me something. Which part of this hit home for you? Was it the family stories? The long-term mindset? Or just that part about hiding gold in the curtains? I want to hear what you think. Drop a comment below. I actually read them. I argue with them sometimes too. Like the video. Subscribe to the channel. Big episodes are coming. We're talking about how immigrants approach money, how poor families manage risk better than the rich, and why financial advice doesn't work the same for everyone. You're not going to want to miss what's next.